The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hey Teddy, have you noticed how little attention science and health issues get in the media?
Totally, Edgar, yet science information is very important.
Yeah, for sure. That's why the Health Journalists Network is here.
How can they help?
They are a group of journalists dedicated to advancing public understanding of healthcare issues through impactful reporting on health and science.
Oh, really?
Yes, they meet up every month with scientists and researchers, policymakers, and activists at the science media cafes. They then relay what they discuss to the public.
Does that benefit us?
Oh yes, very much so. This helps with health and science literacy for a healthy Ugandan society.
Okay. I love getting informed about science and health issues. Health information makes all the difference between life and death. I'll look them up and engage them.
That's great. They are based all over the country.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, and they should be making real impact.
They are empowering health communities through journalism. Journalists can save lives just like doctors.
Hi, welcome to the Political Dice.
MPC y'ebyobufuzi.
It's controversial,
Purely political.
well researched,
Accurate and global.
Oyagala bya parliament oba council.
Bya State House oba ghetto.
Ani ayugayuga ku ground.
Ani bwe baabuze.
Okimanyi nga Dr. Ky'Abavubuka aleese amaanyi.
Olwo fadda bafutoli abateeseemu obuvaazi.
Oba yo DP eri ku ki?
Olwo jeema.
Bano ba MKCG bo baddawa.
Abo bafuna CDF baamala tebabanja. Olwo baba ate bange bali ku ki?
Abo bo akina kulabisa simayanga posturing tebabiri bali mu structure building. Naye ate ono ye.
Ani oyo oba?
Ye ali ku ki?
Oyo tumuleketa gamu apanyiga mawu.
Ebe ndabena birindira no ku the Political Dice ku the Alternative Dig Talk nange Teddy Tenjo ewamune
Farida Bikobere
buli wa Sunday
esawa 2.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Program ekyali ya Mighty Drive era nga tutambula n'omukyala Helen Sayuni ndina president mu studios olunaku olwaleero so ndowooza amasannyalaze nsobola okugatapingako obutereevu and ekyomukisa omulungi ono nno mukyala. So whenever I have a woman on set it's a privilege because I get to learn a lot from them. Ate omukyala ono bw'abanga ali mu kifo ekyobukulembeze ekyo nno nakyo kyongerako ddala ettaffaali eddene. So nkusaba gwali mu kutulaba mukadde kano okozesa comment section, drop in your comments ngenda kubanga ate nzisoma nga show yaffe bwegenda maaso era omugenyi wange ajja kusobola okuba nti abituddiramu butereevu. Tutunuulira nsonga zikwatagana ku bavubuka era nga gwe tulina mu studios mukulembeze wa Uganda Young Democrats at shaping day olugendo olw'ebyobufuzi nti tabiguddeemu bugwi nga abamulaba ssaawa zino nga president wa UID wabula yali vice president wa UID nga omukulembeze by then omukulu Kirya Ismail yali mu nkato. So kitegeeza ebifo by'obukulembeze oba ensonga y'obukulembeze agibaddemu ajja kuba tubuulira ku leadership style ye bw'agenda okubanga akitambuza as the president of the Uganda Young Democrats. But before we delve into our topical discussion njagala tubuulire mu kunoonya kwe okwakalulu tekyamu affectingako at any one point okwongera okonvinsinga abavubuka okumukkiririzaamu newankubadde ng'ate abamu bawakanya ekya president w'ekibiina ekyo Norbert Mao okuba ng'ate minisita mu government eya president Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Nga tutandikira awo.
Webale nnyo.
Sina buzibu bwendaba wabula kisinziira engeri gye wepresentinzeemu ng'omuntu.
Okay.
Omanye ebibuuzo ebingi abantu bye babuuza biva mu byoyogedde. Kati nze from the start nabagamba nti nze obukulembeze bwenzikiririzaamu bwe buno.
Obuliko?
Era ne mbawa n'ensonga lwaki mbukkiririzaamu kuba ndowooza nti gye tugenda ng'ekibiina era gye twagala genda.
Okay.
Nga bwe batandikawo ekibiina bagamba twagala ki? State power. Ne mbagamba nti nze nkiriza nti state power gye tunoonya agenda tutwalayo yono era nze gwe nzikiririzaamu. Sijjukirako yadde nti waliwo we kyankosa.
Okay.
Of course era wabeerawo abatonotono bagamba lwaki tojja eno naye nze nganze one of the main characteristics that I have as a person is that I am a very consistent person. Very consistent. Era bwe nkwera ne ngamba nti nze njagala kino era kyenzikiririzaamu tolowooza nti ojja kunkyusa in 10 minutes. Ojja kusooka ompa ensonga.
Lwaki alina okukyusa?
Ate wabula nze saagala kulimba saalabayo nsonga lwaki nabaali beegwanyiza ekifo kya Nobert. Saalabako yadde ne yalina manifesto esobola okunsindiikiriza nti ngambe nti Jendi wafu. All of them, they were really so personal without any ideas of how they are going to build the party. Kwegamba eyali akampeininga yenna bonna be nalabako. Nobert. But you would ask, what are you going to do for that party? Because I think they're just going to remove Nobert. So kati awonga sirabawo nsonga.
Tebalina agenda.
Saagiraba agenda.
Okay.
Era bwe baba bagirina babuuze oba bagirina tebalina. Yeah, so nze really about sina engeri gye kyankosaamu yadde. Sirina. Singa kyankosa sandiwangudde.
Okay.
Naye engeri gye nawangula ate nensigala mu bukulembeze obwo bwoyo nabagamba nzikirizaamu. Tekyankosa wabula.
Okay. Katuyingire mulamwa gwaffe ogw'olunaku olw'olwaleero tutunuulira abavubuka and their ability, of course, when it comes to influencing democratic discourses and elective politics in Uganda. That's our topical discussion of the day. Era nga tugenda kuba tuwulira okuva eri omugenyi wange olunaku olwaleero. Bwe tuba nga tutunuulira eggwanga lyattu Uganda, ffe nga abavubuka, ffe tusinga the biggest population. Naye ate bwe kituuka ku mmeeza wali decisions wezitakingibwa, we are left out most of the times. Naye ng'ate tulina abakulembeze nga mmwe abatukiikirira ku mitendera egy'enjawulo. Oli mukulembeze w'abavubuka mu Uganda Young Democrats. One would wonder, mwe abakulembeze ab'abavubuka, what is it like? What is it that you do when it comes to shaping conversations of democracy in our country, Uganda? Because you're youth leaders and we expect you to put a voice out there. So what is it that you do when it comes to shaping the democratic processes in our country?
Ku mirimu gyaffe abakulembeza kuliko helping people to discover who they are. Kati ngaffe mu DP tuyambako like abavubuka era in terms of democracy n'omugamba nti naye mujje mwesimbewo. That is one thing. Abavubuka, they need to push themselves and start showing up. Showing up kitegeeza nti bwe tuba tugenda mu kalulu nga kati. Showing up kitegeeza nti ogende onoonye akalulu, ogende vote, do voting. Bw'oba osobola jangu weesimbewo. Zengeri esatu. Era mu DP tuli kikola bulungi nti tulaba abavubuka nomala n'ogamba naye gwe osobola na kubeera kansala. Era
bayamba discovering a potential.
Yes, you help them to discover their potentials. And as I told you, that is one of the key points that I was using to campaign for this position. Era wenjogerera kati tuli mu process picking or showing interest to run for the 2026 election in our party. Like I am proudly and I can proudly say that about 45% of the people that I have picked are still young people, youth. And if we are to talk about youthfulness, there are so many.
Actually, some youths feel like they are suffocated in their political parties, and mwenga abakulembeze bo balabanga mu abatalina kyemukoze nnyo okuba nti mwongerayo amaloboozi gaabwe nti nabo babukulembeze mu kibiina eky'ebyobufuzi, abantu abateekebwa ku mwanjo bw'otunuulira party president, secretary general, era si bavubuka.
Anti kati obuzibu buli ku ffe, tebuli ku bakulembeze.
Okay.
kubanga kati saagala nkulimenta omuntu ajja kujja ewammwe ewaka kugambe naye jangu. No, you must have at least showed up and they see your potential. So you don't just fold your hands and then you think that a Norbert Mao of Gulu will travel to your village and look for you and then tell you this is what you can become, or come and become a party president. Ate tukyalinayo obuzibu nti tetumanyi kwepositioninga bulungi.
Ffe ng'abavubuka
ekyo nakiyize era nakirabidde mu delegates conference yaffe. Tulina obuzibu, we are failing to position ourselves very well. Oba omanyi nti wano waliwo ekifo kyensobola okuwangula, ate ng'okimanyi bulungi nti bwe naakiwangula kijja kunyambako in less than 5 years to come, because 5 years in politics nagirabye emyaka mitono nnyo. Ng'okimanyi bulungi nti bwe naatwala eno path ejja kunyambako, it will shape me a bit more as I prepare for this. Naye ogenda okulaba omuvubuka munnange nga byawala tobitegeera. Tulina n'ekizibu ekirala kya consistency.
The leaders abatulaze nti when you take this direction oba w'amaanyi nnyo n'okusinga when you take this direction.
Ekintu tekisobola, saagala abavubuka kirowooleze mu ky'okubeera w'amaanyi naki. The thing should be about service. Until you are going where you can lead people well and where you can serve.
Okay.
Not just being powerful, because you can be powerful when you're not serving people and then it's useless. Yet we are struggling with bad leadership as a country.
Okay.
So nzikiriza nti gwe ng'omuntu you have to kupima well and see wano gyengenda, is it where I can fit well and is it where I can serve well. Otherwise, last time nasoma mawulire nga there are about 25 people who have picked forms to run for president of the country at the Electoral Commission. Most of them are young people, I think 90% of them. Nabadde ndowooza, why don't we position ourselves well? And I am not saying nti abantu abo tebasobola kubeera ba president. Naye okimanyi kyekitegeeza ku makya bwe tunaakeeranga parliament eyo ejjudde bavubuka.
Nanti ffe tusinga obungi, we are the biggest population right
Anti
now.
kyemba njogedde ku
But we are
positioning.
underrepresented.
That's why I talked about positioning ourselves. Sometimes we are positioning ourselves for long offices and for long positions. Naye bwe tunadda mu, for example, bwe tunadda mu these councils, ne tudanga mu legislature, ne tufilinga those because a tree is cut from down. Togutemera waggulu. Mpozi ng'oyagala gwanku, naye bw'oba oyagala like to make timber and what, something very good, olina okusalira wansi. Kati nze ngenda okulaba nga ffe tukyalina obuzibu bwa positioning, we don't know how to position ourselves. Tulina obuzibu bwa consistency. Abavubuka bali very inconsistent. I can tell you mutuula wano ng'abavubuka ne mu planning nti tugenda kukola kino. Nkya mugenda kukeera nga waliwo yavuddemu akola birala.
Anti twagala kitambulirawo.
Twagala kitambulirawo naye kankubulire obukulembeze tebukyuka.
When we talk about something, nga action at least naye etandise. But tubeera nnyo mu kwogera n'okusinga bwe tuteekamu action.
Anti kati era action z'oyagala kuteekamu, you must calculate them. You have to calculate the actions that you're going for. You don't just wake up and act. Waliwo ebintu ebyetaaga kusooka kulowooza nnyo. You get on the drawing table and draw your table very well and plan and strategize. The strategies zaffe ezimu walaayi tezibeera ntuufu nnyo.
Ffe ng'abavubuka. So tulina okukola ku bintu ebiringa bisatu nze bwendaba. We need to start calculating very well, positioning ourselves very well and work on our consistency. Nti bwe tukeera nga ffe ng'abavubuka tusobola olaba eggwanga lino abavubuka be tulina kati. Ne tugamba nti twagala kukyusa bukulembeze bwa legislature tusobola obukyusa. We can be with the biggest number of youth MPs in that parliament. The young people tebalina nnyo ssente. And when you look at the politics right now, it's more of money. Twakirabye ne NRM primaries ng'abantu babawa ssente nga gwe atalina ssente of course oyinza obutayitawo.
Nkimanyi bulungi era ekyo nkiraba era nkivumirira nnyo kuba we twagenze wabi nnyo, we tugenda wabi nnyo. Naye ekisookerwako ddala ffe abavubuka tukimanyi nti tetulina ssente. Do we know that we do not have the money?
Yes, we do.
And do we know that we need good leadership?
Yes, we do.
Singa tusobola okwetuuza wamu bakiyita lusiriikiriro ne tugenda mu retreat ourselves and ask ourselves where do we want to go as young people.
Okay.
ne tusooka ne tukaanya wamu ne tukkiriza nti tetulina ssente. But we have the capacity. We have ideas, very good ideas. Ne twesupportinga mu bwavu waffe. I can tell you we can go somewhere. Unfortunately, I don't know the type of gossip of enjiri gye twetaaga. The type of gospel that we need to come to realize that. Enjiri simanyi gye twetaaga yekana ki ya budde bwenkana ki naye enjiri gye twetaaga saawa eno.
Oba ne mu bibiina by'ebyobufuzi abavubuka bakonneddeyo. Reason as to why tetuli mu kulaba bavubuka coming up to take up leadership position. Rather, we see them bebateekayo ebipande, bebatambulira ku drives z'abakulembeze abalala, bebabeera mu gaali and everything.
Era ffe mu DP ebyo twabigoba. Tugamba nti ne bw'oba onaatimba kipande, what are you getting out of it?
Okay.
Are you just waking up and oli kutimba kipande just okedde just of food chores ja, what are you getting out of it? Ffe tusooka kutunuulira ku ky'oli kufunamu ng'omuntu. Ffe mu DP nga ffe. Era sagala kwogera ku biina ebirala kuba sibitegeera bulungi, nze njogera ku kyentegeera.
Okay.
So nze ndowooza nti abavubuka tulina potential, we need to come to self-realization as ourselves and agree that we have the potential and this is what we can do.
Madam President, there are those that are saying we are not given the platform.
Nobody is going to give us the platform. Tell you, we have to fight for the platform.
Bw'otunuulira ba minister abasoba mu 8 bw'onoonyaako ennamba y'abavubuka ojja kwesanga kuliko omuvubuka ng'omu ba 2
kituufu
mu cabinet.
Cabinet abavubuka
bw'ogenda mu parliament abakulembeze abamu bayita mu myaka of course egy'abavubuka naye ate era mu parliament ye wamu gye tulina abakulembeze b'abavubuka ba youth MPs and we are not seeing anything ekikwata ku bavubuka oba oliawo nga kitekinze another stage.
Nze nzikiriza ku
bigambo bye batugamba.
Mu bizibu bye tulina mu youth leadership is how we vote our youth MPs, for example.
Okay.
Those college votes, sometimes they do not represent the young people's desires. Omuntu akeera bona n'abamalawo. Era ffe oluusi twateesako nti lwaki tetugitwala mu universal suffrage. Because kisoboka. Electoral commission eyina gundi. Eyina register y'abavubuka. Ogenda ku polling station, noonya vote the constituency MP, youth MP, vote the district woman MP. Kisobokera ddala.
Okay.
Lwaki tekisoboka? Kubanga ogenda okulaba nga abavubuka betunoonya for 5 years. Bwe batuuka mu parliament baddamu kunoonya ssente ze bateeka ki? Mu kalulu kaabwe. Olw'olyawo ne batandikirawo even to look for where they want to go.
After being a youth MP,
yes.
Nina okuzaako ekifo ekirala.
Nga tosobola nakuba holding accountable. Because gwe yandiba holding accountable ogenda kukwesanga n'osanga nga tewali na mulonzi. Ate abantu abo kankubulire bazibu. There is a way this country is. Omuntu otuuka n'omugamba kino situfu n'agamba gwe toli na mulonzi wange. Kitegeera. So singa tukyusaamu ebintu ebitonotono, tomanyi twandifuna good youth representation. Naddala nga ffe ng'abavubuka ffe abapushinze ne tugamba kino kye twagala. Naye ate I can tell you what I believe in most is that we as the young people can actually change the leadership of this country.
Okay.
We can.
Obadde mukulembeze, of course, before you even became the president of the UID. But are there initiatives zolabyeko nga zikulembeddwamu bavubuka nga zina ekyenjawulo kye zireese mu byobufuzi bya Uganda?
Yeah, initiatives bwe ziri. I have seen young people wake up today morning and they are going to support somebody and they win. Ebyo mbirabyeko.
Okay.
Ndabyeko young people advocating for something and it happens. Last year there was a demonstration, I think, about corruption.
Yeah.
That was a landmark. Young people made a statement. And that was a bit voluntarily.
Nothing much was done.
I can tell you sometimes you can think that nothing has happened or nothing has changed, but it is very impactful. The impact is today or tomorrow.
Okay.
As long as you've made your statement. That is what matters most. Tetubeera nnyo tuve mu byakulowooza nti when you it is not just like throwing a stone nti bw'ogisuula mu ntebe wali agwa mu ntebe nedda. Ebintu ebimu byetaaga budde. Nti ffe ng'abavubuka bwe tuba twogedde kino, we need to give it time. But change can happen.
Okay.
Twayogerako eri when they were doing the merging of entities. Netugamba nti National Youth Council. Lwaki bagijjako secretariat yaayo? Era baagaana ne bakola ki? Ne bagimaginga naye era twakola statement. Kati era wenjogerera tuli mu campaign ya Keep Peace ng'abavubuka ab'ebibiina ebyegettira wamu ebiri mu Parliament under Multi-Party Youth Forum. Tugamba nti kano akalulu akaddako tewabaawo muvubuka afa ng'anoonya akalulu oba ng'alina gw'anoonyeza akalulu. We are saying it should be a very peaceful elections, and that is the campaign that we are running now. Yes.
So mutunulidde other political parties, but then we have independents.
Independents era
nabo bavubuka.
Independents
mutunulira violence abadde mu primaries eza NRM abadde mu nnyo abavubuka at a certain point.
Tulina mu ekyo ekintu tuli kukitambuza n'abakulembeze ba NRM mwebali abavubuka. Aba independents bajja kulabira okwo kubeera nabo eddembe lyabo okubeera independent. Naye nabo bali a bit represented because still they are under like National Youth Council.
Okay.
Twina National Youth Council ngeri naffe. Kati gwe omuvubuka yenna oba oli independent oba olina ekibiina, National Youth Council represents you. It's a very, very independent body.
Okay.
So abo bali under National Youth Council abavubuka abo. Twina ne National Students Association. Wunsa. So tukkiriza nti tusobola okulwaninga campaign eno gwe n'atuukako ategeere nti twagala kukyusa ggwanga kituufu. Naye eggwanga lino lirina kukyuka nga wooli.
Ng'oli mulamu.
Ng'oli mulamu. Obulamu kintu kikulu nnyo. So bwe tuba nga tugenda mu kalongaano we tugenda, obulamu nsonga nkulu nnyo. Beekuume nga balamu. Enkyukakyuka ejje basangewo nga balamu bagirabe. Si kya makulu nnyo okugwanira enkyukakyuka ate netuuka nga toliiwo. Tukkiriza nti obulamu is very, very important.
Okay, thank you so much, Mukyala Sayuni. But I would love to also pose this question to you. Bw'otunuulira ebibiina by'ebyobufuzi munda mwabyo the internal party democracy, it plays a very, very big role when it comes to nurturing leaders. But one would wonder, how does the UID promote transparency and inclusivity, but also ensuring that democracy runs within the party structures?
I am telling you, we do our best to keep our leaders very accountable. Ate naddala nze ng'obukulembeze obwange, we want to make sure that we tap into the potential of even a young person who is down in a Kapiripiriti district, in the village.
Because in some political parties here, abakulembeze abo kontekote, they are not even questioned. Era bw'ojja ng'oli muvubuka and you want to talk about this ensimbi kibiina ky'ebyobufuzi nga tezituuka nnyo mu youth wing, at least abavubuka abakulembeze abali okubaako kye bakola. Newankubadde nga bamu bagamba nti baliwo nga bifaananyi, just youth wing ziriwo mu bigambo but mu bikolwa it's different.
Ebyo bibeera, those are internal party politics. Naye ate bukulembeze bubeera bwe butyo, that is dictatorship. But I think kisinziira gwe ng'omuntu, even the way you've positioned ourselves, and the way we bring out these points really. Nti ffe nga mu Democratic Party tukkiriza mu dialogue. Lwaki totuuza abakulembeze ne bagamba naye mmwe budget k'abavubuka kaliwa? Kisinziira I think engeri gye ebibiina bina ideologies ziri different. Ogenda okusanga nga kikyo tekikkiriza mu questioning abakulembeze baakyo. Kati gwe omuvubuka bw'oba okimanyi nti eri gye ngenda, sigenda kubuuzako omukulembeze nti kino okoze kyaki oba okola ki oba ogendayo okunonayo ki.
Is it what is happening in Democratic Party?
For us in Democratic Party,
mubateeka kuniga oba mubateeka ku hot seat.
For us in Democratic Party, you can question a leader and they will always answer. I can tell you, today morning if I woke up and I want to ask Norbert what is happening, he will respond. Because that is what our party is about. Our party is about giving accountability to the people, to the members.
naye ate president w'ekibiina kyo abamuwakanya abajereegerera.
Atabagejereegerera abantu abo bafunanga ansa kankubuli singa tebazifuna singa tebakyali mu kibiina. Teri kibuuzo kyali kibuzibwako ekikulembeze wa DP ne butakiddamu. Ebibuuzo byonna ebiriwo bizibwamu. Kati kyenjagala kuwa abavubuka nti genda w'omanyi nti nze bwe mba nkiririza mu kino bwena abuuza ekibuuzo bajja kunziramu. Ate we positioning bulungi bibiina bye tubeeramu oluso tubeere n'empisa kankubuulira empisa kintu kikulu nnyo. Kintu kikulu nnyo. People underrate discipline. But discipline is very important. Yes, discipline is very important.
Abavubuka mu UID mubasomesa ki oba like what do you give to the bavubuka abali mu Uganda Young Democrats? Kibafuula ab'enjawulo ku bavubuka okuva mu youth wings mu bibiina by'ebyobufuzi eby'enjawulo.
Abavubuka mu Democratic Party we support them. We support their dreams. We support what they want to do. We give them knowledge. We do mentorship to them. And we help them in their placement. Nga bwe nkugambye nti gwosobola okujja n'ogamba nti gweyagala bwa MP Helen ngamba naye mukwano. Ndowooza wano we bakusaanira ate you will serve well, get mentored through the structure, ogende waggulu. That mentorship is very key, and it's what we give majorly in Democratic Party. Kyovola ebibiina byonna ebyagala kutwala abavubuka bisookera kulaba mu Democratic Party ne gamba hayi waliyo Helen oyo tumwagala. So we give support to our young people era nga kati tugenda mu kalulu. Ojja kulaba nga abavubuka ba UID we bali wona bashininga, whether at constituency level, whether at local council level, they will all be shining because we support them. We shall even help some of them to develop good manifestos in line with the party ideology and in line with what we shall be running with the theme of 2025-2026. We shall help them develop their manifestos. We shall go on ground, do mobilization for them. Ebyonna tubikola.
As a woman, I want to believe amaloboozi agamu gawuliddeko okuva eri bakyala banno, especially abavubuka, about ebibalemesa taking up leadership positions ku mitendera egy'enjawulo. But as a leader, how best do you think Ugandan society can be able to support these women when it comes to taking up leadership spaces, but also participating mu nsonga z'ebyobufuzi? Because we have limited numbers ez'abakyala.
How I wish our voters could understand how a woman makes a good leader. Ekyogamba nti abavubuka naddala abakyala balemererwa kintu kituufu nnyo. Era bw'olaba mu youth wings ne political parties zetulina ndowooza kati nze owookubiri muje coordinator wa PPP. Ebibiina ebirala bonna bavubuka.
Balenzi? Baami.
Yes, baami. Nalabyeko NRM inayo abakyegwanyiza ng'okuli Brenda Kichoncho ne I think Maclean, yes. Abakyala bali babiri mu eyo race. Kwegamba barriers are so many. But I wish people knew how much a woman makes good leadership in terms of giving accountability, in terms of holding themselves in high regard in office, and in terms of being thorough. Because kyemanyiko era kyendabye ku bakulembeze abakyala nti bw'aba yasazeewo tulinamu ne bad seedlings era tezibulamu. Naye kyemanyi ku bakyala nti they are people of great resolve. Nti bakeera ne basalawo n'agamba kino kye ngenda okukola era n'akitambulirako n'akola atya n'akikola. So nsaba abantu bajeemu okubuusabuusa ku bakulembeze b'abakyala. Yes, challenges zibeerawo naye ate era n'ekirala kyensaba nti abakyala twekirizeemu nnyo. Because the numbers are few, yes, but of course teri agenda kukkiririzaamu nga takulabye. So that's why I go back to a point of showing up. Nti abakyala naffe tuveeyo twegwanyiza ebifo eby'enkizo, tuveeyo tuve mu by'okwagala kubeera deputy all the time. There's a space I was in.
We love being deputies.
Yeah, we love deputizing so much. I have been a deputy. But what I've seen there, those positions don't have power. you need to have the substantive position. So tuveyo tutandika okwerwanyiza ebifo biri ebyokuntebe kubanga nkule bona afuna for example nga boss wo nga ali rigid oba nga he's a serious patriarch, you will never surface anywhere. Ajja kukuba ekikono nga tolina woyita ate kati mu DP bw'obeera deputy you a deputy. Yes.
If you're a deputy, you're deputy. You deputize. Totunula wa boss. Totunula wa president.
Obera nemputu ngeya hedi noizo kutunulayo.
Okay. But as a leader, what are some of the challenges Zo faces when it comes to pushing or amplifying youth voices okutuka dala ku national politics?
Sometimes otunula nacho pushing nga toina kuwuliriza. There are times you wake up and you're pushing for something and opposition is everywhere. Nga gwa ina minority opinion yo nga gwaje tuddeko.
Okay.
Nga for example gamba tupushinge ku kino. Nga kati tugenda mu kalulu and I've been saying we need to have candidates. Nze nagambye awali candidate omuvubuka ngenda kola ki? Ngenda mwagira.
Okay.
But you know that the party has its own interests. Egenda kubeera ne ba candidates abayo
bebalaba nti bebasobola.
Exactly. Kati ogenda kwesanga nga gwali mu koona eyo wekka. Kati convincing colleagues, let me tell you, democracy is good when you have the majority. But the day you wake up and you don't have the majority vote, democracy is very bad. You will start thinking of dictating.
So, a reason as why we have dictators now.
Exactly. So leadership yetaga a lot of patience. Nti wowe pushing ekintu ng'okikkirizamu nnyo era ogenda kera ng'olina budget yo bw'oyagala kola activity bakugaane naye bw'oba nga toli w'amaanyi yo oyinza nakulowooza it's because I am a woman they are undermining me. That's why you see there are some women who are ever crying.
Yes.
Because I am a woman.
Because I'm a woman, yes.
Yeah. Men are under. No, it's not that. Some things are just like that. You just have to be confident with what you're pushing for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's into leaders. Bemu grooming bemu labanga ate kati bali mu kubavaako bagenda mu political parties endala. Kino tekina ngeri gye kibakosaamu.
Kitukosa ate nnyo by the way. Kitukosa kubanga it will take us. It is very expensive to groom a young person. Very expensive in terms of because some of them tuba tute like in heavy trainings obamaliddeko obudde bungi resources z'ekibiina sente zigenze ogenda kusanga nga olina nga guild president ng'omuspendizeeko sente empitirivu ekibiina
ng'otaddemu amaanyi mangi
ng'ekibiina kimuteeseemu sente kimuteeseemu resources z'abantu resources go beyond money.
Okay.
Nga people have been there. Like for example, we have a guild president we really poured body for. Huimuyuwirawo omubiri. Weyamala nasala. I felt so bad. At some point ndowooza nti naye ndowooza mu universities oba tuveeyo kubanga mugenda ne muyuwirawo omuntu omubiri mumuteeseemu ssente nnyingi. Resources z'abantu waliwo twatwala emmotoka ya president ne bagikuba. Waliwo gye twatwala n'emmotoka ya secretary general Jules nayo ne bagikuba ne tukomyawo nga terina glasses zonna ey'omu maaso ne lweyamira byonna nga temuli glass.
But you know that
komyawo nga shell. Naye ng'ogenda okera omuvuko oyo n'agamba nti yasaze yagenze. It is very expensive and it's very hurting.
Anti kati omuvubuka saawa zino anoonya wali masannyalaze.
Si ka masannyalaze abavubuka baffe I don't want to because if I say they are weak-minded then I will have insulted them. But as I talked about inconsistency, we just have our own weaknesses and inconsistencies. But kankubule, there is no way as a young person you're going to get space to grow yourself and to serve in this party, in this country, in a political party than in DP. So bitukosa nnyo bwe basala era tuwulira bubi. Naye era nga bw'okimanyi, it is only a weak person that falls and stays down. We have political party era bwe tugwa enkya tetulinda na 2 minutes to get up. Okay. It's very hard to wipe out Democratic Party. Abantu batuta abantu baffe mukalulu akagwawo twayingira kalundoza tulina nga ba MPs nga banna. I think there were like 4. if I'm not 4 but it was not beyond 4 ne tu shooting and tugenda ku 9 kati tugenda mu kalulu era waliwo abasaze nga basatu 3 of them you will see us getting back stronger because we are a party that does not believe in falling, but also the foundation through which Democratic Party was built is very strong. Nti bwona asala leero njagala kugamba gwe we shall recruit 10 more people because we have that capacity.
Okay.
Abantu bamanyi kye kiri mu Democratic Party. Era abantu omuntu buli bwasala. We have an MP that crossed recently who was a strong UID leader then during the times of the Nobats.
Okay.
I think he was among the third lot of after the formation of UID. Yes, as in I'm constituency kati tuinayo 3 candidates who want the flag.
Already.
Yes, and I am proud to say that one of them is a young person, the other is youthful. So as Democratic Party really bo sala tunyoranyo chituluma naye we are very strong that we will always get back. We are not cry babies nti tugenda kubeerawo tukaba gunda agenze nedda.
Okay. Let's talk about social media. What are your social media platforms ezenjawulo? Twogere ku Facebook, twogere ku TikTok, twogere ku X, ne platforms endala. Kuliko nnyo abavubuka. But do you think as a leader, do you think the young people, the youths have used these platforms to bring about change in the country?
We have always tried. But as a country we are too restricted. And we are even over politicized. Like the policies are too many. The barriers are all over. For example, now up to now Facebook is not active.
Yes.
You must go through channels, you know.
Yes.
Nobeera ku Facebook nange kwendi. Waliwo channels empitirivu zoyitamu. Abavubuka tetunakozesa nnyo bulungi social media. Nti ate ebiseera ebingi tuzikozesa nnyo okuvuma abakulembeze instead of building ourselves, instead of building our parties. Sinalaba kavuka nti bakozesa nnyo bulungi media.
Isn't this rooting from the youth wings or the political party youth wings? Okuba nti temuna charinze bavubuka on how to use social media for a good cause?
We have not had that training in DP, so I will partly agree that we have also as leaders not... It is part of good leadership that you have to take accountability. We have not yet had such a training, though we tried last year and we just tried to train just a few people.
Okay.
But I can tell you that the young people know what they want. And there is no one who will just wake up in the morning and just start abusing you and they don't know that they are abusing you or they are misusing social media. But nevertheless, I think that is a very pertinent issue that we need to look into, training young people on how to use social media.
Okay.
However, tulinawo obuzibu nti kati it is overly monetized. Nti omuntu agenda kene bamuwaayo ekyebiri ne bagamba hasooka onvumire here n'olunaku luzibe. Kati tukyalina obuzibu obwo.
Okay.
So yeah, but training young people about how to use social media, it's very, very important. We need to think about it very seriously. Not just as leaders but as a country. Tulina okubeerako engeri gye tukola mu social media yaffe. Not to say that we are going to restrict and ban it anyway, but just to help the young people to know how to use it, to get something out of it, to promote themselves, promote their parties, promote their ideas. Yeah.
Okay. Oyogedde ku ky'abavubuka ababeera ku social media nga gulinga gwe mulimu. Of course nga ogambye bakuwayo emitwalo 2 ne bakuyaga n'ovumire gundi ne gundi. But that comes as a result of unemployment of abavubuka. As the president of Uganda Young Democrats, how best do you think ensonga z'abavubuka zino zituuka eri abakulu nga muyise mu miwaatwa egy'okuba nti mwe bakulembeze ate mwe mulina okwongerayo eddoboozi lino?
Nga tetunatuuka ku kyabakulembeze tulina okwekolamu omulimu. I do not believe so much that our leaders are going to just be there like working on everybody, but we can work on ourselves before we even look at our leaders. No kwongerayo amaloboozi, because if the young people are crying tewali mirimu, tewali mirimu, tewali mirimu, tewali mirimu. Eddoboozi ly'oyongerayo nga mulimu idea. Kati abavubuka ekisookera ddala tuleme kwenyooma.
Okay.
tuleme kwenyoma. Look at yourself as somebody who has something tangible to put on the table. Not just being bought at. It is where we value ng'omuvubuka. Kankule roli kera ne wejjamu value ng'omuvubuka ne weeraba ne weeteeka ku. Because some of us have put price tags on ourselves. Ekyo ekintu tulina okukyejjamu ng'abavubuka. Tusooke tukole ku mindset.
Okay.
Mindset change is very important before we get anywhere. Yes, there is an employment siganye nange here na hustling. Unemployment jeri atempitirivu, but we need to work on our mindset.
Okay.
Our mindsets. Let us not price tag ourselves into bonampe birinze nja kukola kino nedda. You wake up, know your value, push for ekikujamu kyoba pushingamu.
Okay.
Doze ye ensonga nkulu genda bavudde buno. Kubanga kati ogenda okulaba n'olabira ddala nga and we need to be hopeful. Some of the young people really have a bit lost hope. Ogenda okulaba nga ye asobola okukola kyonna ekisoboka.
Era nga bw'aba anoonya omulimu akugamba kyonna ky'oba onfunidde. And I don't think that is a good thing. Si kintu ekirungi. Kati mukyala Sayo, yeah, it's not a good thing, but someone needs to survive.
Somebody needs to survive, but mindset change. Twekiririzeemu era tumanye nti we can push for something big. Nti saawa eno bw'ompita nti nkolera kino musooka ne nkubuuza, you know, is it being of benefit? Because kati ogenda agamba nti ze kyompaayo kyonna oba nsobola okukola omulimu gwonna, and the job is done tomorrow. And you find that what you were doing cannot actually give you credibility to work somewhere else. Kwegamba nti the picture that you've created for yourself already is a picture that cannot get you anywhere else. Bw'okeera ng'omulimu gwo obadde mu kuvuma abantu, I can tell you it is going to be very hard for somebody to wake up and say, ndowooza omuvubuka ono asobola okunkolera kino. Era that is the pace that you would have set, buli omu ajja kukulabiramu ekyo ekifaananyi ky'ogamba nti osobola okunkolera kino. Oli wa ssente zino, era osobola okunkolera kino. Tujja kuba tweteeseeko barriers enyingi, and that is one of the problems that we are suffering from as young people. What we've been doing is no CV to help us get somewhere. So ekintu ekyo tulina okyejjamu, tukole things that are very productive, bwe tuba twetega nga bw'ogenza okwetega somewhere, omuntu alabe ng'omuntu azze is somebody credible, somebody who's going to put something on table, somebody who has ideas. Yes. Somebody who has the zeal to work and, you know, be productive.
But then we have youth leaders kumitendere gyenjawulo. Tulina aba youth MPs. Bw'ojjeno wansi yonna tulina abakulembeze b'abavubuka, but why is it that ensonga eziruma abavubuka tezinnaba kubanga ziweebwa amatu n'okkolwako nga bwe zirina okkolwako?
Anti kati eggwanga,
is it that there is no will?
Of course, somewhere with a 50-50. The will maybe is not there because our leaders have the capacity to change and to do anything for us. So the will is also lacking. But as the will is still lacking and we are finding ways of how to deal with it. For abavubuka kankule tulina okunoonya abakulembeze tumanyi nti tujja holding accountable. The kind of leaders that we are voting and how we are getting them into leadership. Bw'ajja n'akugula 50 neyegendera, ajja kumanya nti akuguze. Naye gwe here nigenda omugambe nti sigenda kuwa akalu kange, but my job is hold you accountable.
Do you also do civic education in UAD?
We do.
Okay.
In institutions, that's why we normally have public lectures in institutions. That's what we do. We do it all the time. We normally have political classes at our offices. They are not just political, we talk about politics, no. We will talk about all round things. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about collaborations. How best do you think youth wings can collaborate with civil society organization okulaba nti strengthening a youth participation when it comes to the electoral processes?
Civil society yali yafunamu obuzibu ng'etandise okutakinga sides.
Ngeri
partisan, but civil society is supposed to be non-partisan. Now, yeah, I think that is something that civil society is going to work on. like the pastimes, go get even when you go for their activity, asking your DP, you believe in which leadership? So that is one thing that
n'abakulembeze nyinyi nabo bali confused. The Democratic Party, is it still opposition or it's the other side?
But for you, if you're working
the party president, ali mu cabinet.
But if you're civil society and you're working with the Democratic Party, really, that is none of your concern. You're working with a young person of Democratic Party and she has come. You're not supposed to go into that. That is going into internal party issues, which don't concern civil society. So those anti-civil society, younger you know, remaining up non-partisan as it is. And it collaborates to get like ideas from either recently twabadde tukola ku youth manifesto nga NIMD elituyambako with NIMD I think also open space. There are many organizations that are I think funding it, but majorly maybe NIMD. So badde batuyambako kukola a national youth manifesto. Civil society training abavubuka to how to ask for accountability, how to mentorship, placing them. I think that's majorly what they're supposed to do, but going partisan is what has been destroying all the relationships that
they are partisan in actual sense they are not.
They are actually, they are. Ogenda okutuka nga mwina activity nga bagamba nti for example each political party is bringing 5 utasanga lo political party ina 8 nga wadipi mulimu nga 10. So those are things that we need to work at, that we need to look into. You saw also the president complained about it. Yeah, so I think eyo nsonga nkulu bwe tubanga tunayambako abavubuka nga bayambako ng'eggwanga civil society buli omu asigale waali akole kyamanyi. Because politicians know how to do politics the best. Civil society naye sigale ekole byayo bulungi. We just meet at and agree on a table. Yeah.
Okay. Have you been able to partner wa okolaganira wamu ne global youth movements mu kuva mawanga agenjawulo nga mwe aba UID?
Yeah, tuinayo ekisinde kyaffe ekigata center right political parties.
Okay.
Waidua. We've been in Waidua trying to advance the youth voice globally because Waidua is African. It has youth leaders of political parties that are center right across Africa. Ne tuinayo Piper program ya KIC, a training abavubuka from political parties that have representation in parliament. Eba training like eba twalake Kenya neba berayo waliyo WDN. NIMD recently had taken our youth for a training in Kenya. So yeah, we collaborate.
Have you been able to spot something mubye musanze bakola that you feel like we need to apply it in Uganda?
Yes.
Okay.
In some countries, their youth wings are like, for example, we're in Morocco and their youth wing is like the mainstream. The youth wing of Istiqlal Party is like the youth wing. It has even a membership more than the mainstream.
Okay.
And
boba kugamba chichi ekibasobozeseza okutuuka waawo.
Their mobilization skills are top notch.
Okay.
They know how to mobilize, but also their young people are very organized, which I think is something that we need to tap into to get on ground and organize ourselves. The leadership modules that they have, for example, genda kusanga ngabo ku village level, nga leadership yabe deep-rooted from the village, nga baba ina structures.
Okay.
Mu UID tetunakituuka kecho kyokusanga nga tulina full setup of a whole structure, tulina youth chairperson, vice secretary, vice sports, what ebyo tetunabikola naye kyekimu byebimu ku bintu byendowooza I'm going to work on to build structures of UID from the ground. Tulina mu youth leadership in some districts, but it is something that we need to look into and build structures in every district from village level up to national. It's a very expensive activity. And in some of these countries, their parties have a lot of money. they have a lot of resources, unlike like in DP where we still struggle to raise money, but we are resourceful. The little we have, we know how to use it.
Okay.
So we are going to tap into that, build structures, and do consistent youth trainings and consistent youth meetups.
Okay.
Sometimes we take so long even to meet at national level and, you know, discuss, like to do youth conferences. You find you're doing it like once in 5 years or twice. But I think it is something that...
Others are complaining of underfunding.
Underfunding. But you complain of underfunding when you're seeing where the funds are coming from. Because money won't come from heaven.
Youth wings or youth activities are underfunded. They are
underfunded. Naye kati kankubulire bibiina byaffe bikola mu nsawo gye birina. Money cannot come, it won't fall from heaven. Chovola baffe mu UID, we tap into other sources, look out for partners to help us do some activities. And we've had very good relationships with some of our partners.
Okay.
We have our partners, I won't say them because I know people will copy, but we have been good at looking for funding outside our political parties. Unfortunately, some of the youth wings sit and they only want to wait for the money that comes in the political parties. Yet when the money comes, there are already many activities. Tetwagala kumanya zizizite, twagala tuzifune. Yenga tuzikutteko minus knowing how is my political party getting the money. Chovola babavubuka bakera ku street, twagala accountability. Ngana sente zebabuza accountability already, money is not there. The party has not received the money, but they're asking for accountability for it. Our hopes are really so high, and our brains are too monetized that we don't think about whether actually our political parties, what we are asking, whether it's there or no.
Nate political parties zibaddenga zifuna ensimbi okuva mu government.
Kankubulire sente zifuna, for example, sente DP zifuna mu government. That's what people have been calling iPod money. We sente wezitukira nga mwakoze activities countrywide, because if we tutera kola regional meetings, regional activities, you have funded candidates, you have run administrative work, financed a bit of some structure building, sente ezisigala wezo.
Okay.
Naye kirungi fenti mu UID budget yaffe kweri.
No.
Kasente kaffe ka DP we kajja. I don't like telling lies about our leaders. Our DP is the most open party.
Transparency is that
very transparent. Our management sits and you bring your concept. Some of the leaders, actually, even those that complain, they have no concepts. You don't have a concept. What do you want people to fund? For very transparent, sente bwezija bagamba. Yes, and the concept, you know, the young people want to do this. And I can tell you, in our leadership of 2021, 2025, I don't remember any of our budgets bouncing. I don't remember. But that, if they want to hold accountable, the former leader is there.
Okay, let's... we have very, very limited time. Tunaenda chikantono nyo. Kubanga tuonze kasho ya fiol na koraliro. Na yenja tuogereko ku the electoral processes. Tuakava mkalu Ky'Abavubuka je muvuddeko. Tuala bibyali wakavu yakali and everything. What mechanisms do you think Electoral Commission should put in place or protecting Ky'Abavubuka from the intimidation? Okuva mukutisi watisiwa, but also the electoral malpractice.
Akalula ako nagezaako kagenda mu kulaba ati ekirimu ekituufu. Ne Electoral Commission nginenya nnyo. Tine PRJ wa akalulu kaffe CA PRJ inokawa.
Okay.
Yes, CA inojiwa kukawa. Olaba nga kati every time they are talking about parliamentarians, they are talking about presidential. You see, every time like every day they report about presidential candidates who have picked forms. You will never know even some of these the youth council election comes, people don't know that it's happening.
Yes.
So how are you going? How are people, because they are supposed to do voter education? How are you publicizing this activity? because abavubuka bangi
weren't you called upon to help person or disseminate the information about the youth elections?
Of course, that one is that one we've done it internally as a party to do that work. Our political party has done, because we have to mobilize our members.
Okay.
For us to tubimanyi. Naye kankubulire abavubuka abangi abali mu byalo eyo. They don't have radios, they don't have TVs. Tebabimanyi. Abantu bagenda ne bewandiisa. Waliwo ababimanyi, of course.
Yes.
Agendayo ku kyalo n'awandiisa family ye. No saying, and if you're to move in this country, you'll get shocked. Or you're saying most of the villages, the executive is one family. One family. Batuula ne beegayanyamu. Abalala bw'oba oyogera n'abavubuka mu Kampala gamba, me I already gazetted chairperson until district level. Nga yagendayo n'akigula. Up to national level, up to district level, up to sub-county, up to parish level. Because there is no election. So electoral commission tetuyambye nnyo kusomesa and human rights commission, because that's also partly their job to do civic education.
Okay.
Tebakoze omulimu gwabwe ku making sure nti abavubuka bamanyi they know about these youth council elections. And in some districts even you find it's very hard, for example, even to contest nga toli NRM ticket. Ebibuuzo bingi. They want a lot of things. They will ask for the stamp, you bring it. They tell you, call your secretary to write to us. You already wrote to electoral commission. Maybe the letter never reached them. Because the secretary of your party is supposed to write to electoral commission telling them in every district who is going to endorse candidates.
Yes.
Again, the electoral commission did not disseminate that information. What ukira ku nominating eri ku village level ne bagamba fete tumanyi we supposed to endorse you. You will stay there for like 2 days. Because they have not. Remember, I have a job you have a job, you have to go and work. All those are barriers.
Okay, thank you so much, Muchala Sayuni. At this minute, I would love you to give your closing remarks. Eri abantu abokulembera mu UID, but also to the government when it comes to youth matters.
Thank you so much. Waliwo akapoint kenabadde njagala kwogerako. Waliwo okwemulugunya nti waliwo abali mu kalulu k'abavubuka ate ng'emyaka si mituufu. Electoral Commission ensonga eno ezitunuza amaaso abiri ng'emanyi nti ffe already petitions zaffe ziri ready. Kabatande babeewo bebayisaawo. We are going to court immediately. Okay. But also we shall give it headache. So scrutiny should be serious. Verification should be serious.
Okay.
Let youth leaders lead youth. Bwe tubanga tulina etteeka erya National Youth Act nga ligamba myaka 3. Weewaawo wetwagala kutambulira. Baleme ku bending amateeka lwakuba mutaani wa gundi yazo oba muwala wa gundi yazo oba lwakuba alinamu ku ssente. Era tubamanyi. Tubalaba tulinze electoral commission kyenagamba. One of our political parties at plot 10 bagisonzeemu nnyo olwala nti eribikola nnyo.
Okay.
Yeah, so Gansembe njagala kwebaza, thank you for hosting me today. It had really been so long. I was, I think, last year, like 2 years back. Naye mwebala okumpita okuja kutangazaamu mu nsonga ezigenda maaso mu ggwanga naddala mu kibiina kya Democratic Party. Naye era njagala kukubiriza abavuka mu kibiina nti mwetabire mu activities z'ekibiina nga kati bwe tuli kukola showing of interest and the electoral process is ongoing. Mwesimbewo ffe bwe tuli nga abavuka era tujja bawagira. One thing I will want to do in my term, I want to make sure that young people in my political party are supported where they are. I am going to fight and make sure nti abagenda mu kalulu babeera supported to be able to run. By all means, reach out. Our offices are always open. Don't get disturbed at all. We are open to talks. We are open to dialogue and conversations.
Are you open to criticism?
Very, very open to criticism. But make sure you're careful. Yeah, so we are open. We are going to support all the young people. Please show up and take these positions. This is the time that we have. Every position matters. Don't only look at, big position. Every position matters. Let's position ourselves and make sure that we have these leadership positions together.
Thank you so much, Miss Helen Sayuni, the president of the Uganda Young Democrats. Wanasikena kubanga nsukawo wabula okubaagaliza olunaku olungi ate tusinkana omulundi ogujja mwera.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.